Good morning, good morning. I wanted to talk to you about a passage in Isaiah. Isaiah was a prophet that wrote before the time of Christ. And this passage usually comes up around Christmas time. You'd be like, oh, why are we reading this Christmas time? Well, if the stores are already getting the Christmas decorations out early November, then I could definitely get out some scriptures Christmas time scriptures, but it's so much more than a Christmas time scriptures. Isaiah chapter 9, the NIV heading says, "To us a child is born." You know the one. Verse 6, "For us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God." Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Prince of Peace, right? Jesus is the Prince of Peace. And maybe a lot of people will be wondering, oh yeah, Jesus is the Prince of Peace. We certainly don't see any peace in this world, and not where his supposed coming came from, Bethlehem, Jerusalem. You know, where he used to live, there's hardly any peace there. We are in World War III. Is anyone living in anxiety in the world right now? When I look at other people's problems in the world, it makes my problem seem so insignificant. And as a Christian, I believe that he is the Prince of Peace that came as prophesied at Christmas time, and I do believe that he is the solution to all the problems of the world, like World War III, both in Russia, Ukraine, the United States, and Israel, and Palestine, and terrorist attacks. And it is no wonder that during these times that we could be living in anxiety, and we want to say that Jesus himself is the answer, but people might scoff at that because he hasn't been around for 2,000 years, and you could hardly say it's peaceful. Because is it the Prince of Peace that's in control of the world, or is it the Prince of the air? You know, in Ephesians chapter 2, Ephesians is this ancient city in Turkey, I believe it is. And the Apostle Paul, who encountered the resurrected Christ in a kind of a supernatural way, Christ appeared to him and said, like, "Paul, why are you persecuting me?" And Paul had a conversion moment where he decided that Jesus was in fact who he claimed to be, God on earth in the flesh, to come and to establish his kingdom on earth and his kingdom of peace. But Paul in Ephesians chapter 2 talks about the Prince of the air, who is in control. As like it says, you followed the ways of the world and of the ruler of the kingdom of the air, the spirit who is now at work in those who are disobedient, all of us who lived among them at one time, gratifying the cravings of our sinful nature and following its desires and thoughts. Like the rest of us, we were by nature objects of wrath. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ, even when we were dead in our transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved, and God raised us up with Christ and seated with him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus, in order that in the coming ages he might show the incomparable riches of his grace, expressed in his kindness to us in Christ Jesus. For it is by grace that you have been saved. You know what? Right now I want to tell you that it is Jesus who wants to save you. He is the Prince of Peace, and he is the only answer that's going to bring peace around the world.